Peace, peace. You're now rocking with B. Welcome to the Know Thyself with B podcast. Today, we have a very exciting interview to take place. A special guest by the name of Tyler Fulton, and she is pretty much gonna go where we're gonna go ahead and dive into the process of who she is and what's special about Tyler is that she's an integrative nutritionist and nutrition coach. She obtained her master's of nutrition and human performance, which, many of us in this field can't say, that we have that. So that's always great to get the knowledge and the insight of what it's like. And she's also a former athlete. So let's go ahead and bring her in. So how we doing today, Tyler?
Hey, I'm good. How are you?
Doing excellent. I'm doing excellent. Welcome to the podcast. I appreciate you for joining us today.
Absolutely. It's a pleasure to be here. I thank you for inviting me for sure.
Absolutely, for sure. So, Tyler, can you tell us more about yourself? Like, what drove you to your passion to help others in the field of nutrition?
Oh, wow. I have a lot of reasons, I guess. Um, my main reason, of course, as you mentioned, I am a former athlete. So it was more of fueling myself and wanting to be a better person, know how it feels to actually, feel your best.
Right.
So that was something that was always really important for me. Um, a real kicker that really just drove me to really wanting to help others was when my grandmother passed away back in 2017. And this was actually before I even graduated with my master's degree. But that really is what just put it in my heart like, no, I don't want, anything like that to happen to another one of my loved ones. And it was due to heart disease. So if there was something that I could do to help prevent that, or knowing what I know now, that's something I could have helped prevent too. So that's what really drove me. And I mean, I'm a people person. I feel better when I help others. So that's just me.
That's amazing. That's amazing. And sorry for your loss, by the way. It's unfortunate.
Thank you. Thank you.
And so I guess would you say that what would you label yourself? Would you say that you're a vegan, or would you go by plant-based? Or I guess what would you kind of call it?
I like the word plant-based. And I say plant-based because one thing I hate, how there's so many stereotypes or, oh, I'm vegan, so, I can eat potatoes. And then when you label yourself alkaline, it's like, no, but they're still eating plants. So me personally, I like to go by plant-based because if it comes from the ground, if it's good for me,
Right, right.
that's what I want. So I try not to make it too much of a stigma or make it confusing. I'm like, if it grows from dirt, if it has a seed, I'm eating it. So I
Yeah,
like plant
I
based.
definitely agree with that mindset because if we just go by labeling, going by the labels of vegan or the terms of vegan, it could still get tricky in regards to what's beneficial for our health. Like, because, even vegans, they still eat a lot of, they introduce soy products to the lifestyle, which isn't really deemed the best for our health or beneficial for our health. So, and even sugar in that instance as well. So, yeah, I like that. And I guess, would you say, can you tell me about how it was achieving your degree? Like learning to, I guess, achieve that degree. Did you find that there were any ideologies within the teachings that went against what you believe to be true? Can you hear me? Looks like we lost her.
I think I got kicked out.
Yeah, I don't know what happened.
I'm
Sorry about
so
that.
sorry.
Nah.
I'm totally sorry. This is that quarantine lifestyle where you just
Yeah, you know how you gotta
fight
just
for
roll with the
Wi-Fi.
punches. Yeah. Yeah, you just gotta roll with the punches, you know?
No.
It is
Go
like that
ahead. I'm so sorry.
Yeah, I guess did you catch I guess what did you last catch?
As far as you agreed with the plant-based, is labeling it plant-based.
Oh, got you. Yeah. And yeah, it just I definitely agree with like pretty much conscious eating, like someone mentioned in the comments, and being mindful because when we go by the terms of vegan, still things within that terminology can be deemed as unhealthy. Like when we're talking about soy, even sugar is not really, sugar is technically still vegan. So
Exactly,
right.
exactly.
So yeah, I definitely agree with that. My next point was um, obtaining your master's in the field of nutrition. Were there any teachings that you felt went against with what you believe to be true, or I guess how did you kind of mold the two from?
Absolutely.
Yeah,
Oh man, really just and I liked going to the different schoolings that I did take. So I did get my bachelor's and it was actually in rehab science. So that's where I started out. And like I mentioned, just with me and being an athlete, I knew I could perform better if I ate better. So I started to veer off more into nutrition and human performance. So when I actually went to school for it, the first thing, is just basic Western medicine. Okay. If they have diabetes, they send us to American Heart Association. But when I look at it, it's red meat, eggs are the number one thing. So I'm like, oh, I don't want to, have to tell my clients to do this. These are things that they were teaching us. And I also veered off on more of the holistic side. I did take more courses, really just trying to see what herbs and how to actually use food as medicine. So seeing that was a big difference. I want to say it really got to me when I did started working for The Biggest Loser. So that was one of the places where I felt like, wow, okay, now maybe I can start to incorporate this into everyone else's journey. But at the same time, they keep you in that box where we have to say what we have to say as nutrition, whereas I can't really be that holistic side. So I definitely dabble with both ends, your basic Western medicine and of course your holistic side, Ayurvedic, homeopathic ways as well. So I've seen both worlds. Of course, I'm going holistic all day.
that's dope. That's dope. And yeah, I was taking a look at your. It's a guide that you pieced together, which I found pretty cool, pretty interesting. Let me see if I can pull it up here to share it with others.
For sure. Please share.
Let's
That's what I
see.
would love to do.
All right. Let's see here. So when I saw your guide, it kind of reminded me of the work that Dr. Sebi pieced together because I follow. I really like the teachings of what Dr. Sebi put together. His foundation, when he put together that list, it really helped me build a solid foundation of discipline. And
Right.
I guess what really inspired you to, create the list, like was, I guess, what went in your thought process for creating the list? Because
So, as far as my thought process, one thing I do know is many people aren't on an alkaline lifestyle as well, but want to get there.
absolutely.
So, me actually preparing the guide was making things that were more accessible for people to get to, and not to mention just give them a bigger list of options too, or kind of put it short and simple. So I know I hear a lot of backlash sometime where people do feel like, oh, well, the guide is so super small, it's so super short to the point. But these are things that we also can get. So I try to kind of piece little things where you can find them and just give them more variety to see that there are other ways that you can get what you need.
Right, right. Love that. Cause that's what I experience, at least when people try to latch onto this lifestyle, like the alkaline lifestyle, is that they feel real limited at times. And that may not be necessary, or I guess that may not be realistic, I should say, for someone who's looking to transition from meats. Um,
Right.
but with that being said, do you still, when you present that list, do you still receive any pushback from your clients, like for those who are transitioning from meat?
Yeah. Yes. I mean, I'm not going to sugarcoat it. Absolutely. Yeah, absolutely. Yes, I still get it. And I mean, at the same time, it's mindset. It's how you think about it. So I try to tell my clients it's not what you can't eat, but what you can. So instead of being so worried about, oh gosh, I can't have this, I can't have that, it's more like, okay, well, maybe I can try to do this instead. So it's just really switching your mindset. And not to mention, when we make things so broad, that's where I feel like it starts to get confusing. I'm okay with the nice short list, keep it sweet. Okay, now what can I do with just what I have here? And not to mention, if I know that these are the things I need, then why make it complicated?
Absolutely. Love that. Would you say when you present that guide, do you come to them and say, you should eat, you should focus mainly on these foods and what's not listed, don't exclude it from your regimen?
Mm, a yes and a no. If I know I'm dealing with someone who honestly is suffering through an illness, and I know, like, okay, I know you don't want to go to cold turkey, but we got to. So sometimes I will do that. If it's someone that I know, like, okay, Tyler, I got to ease into it. Let's ease into it. Because I know it doesn't happen overnight. It didn't happen overnight for me. And I'm not going to sit here and lie and say I just came into the world eating alkaline. It didn't happen that way. I wish it did, but it didn't. So I kind of understand where they're coming from. So really just gradually helping them, like, okay, well, if you want to try spelt flour, how about we do it Saturday? Okay.
Right.
And then that way we can just keep making it, a day by day thing. Just keep adding it in.
I see. What would you say your two priorities are? Like, what are your two highest priorities for your clients?
Oh, number one is really their mental, just making sure that their mindset is in a healthy state. Because no matter what, you can come to me all day, but if you don't want this, it's not going to work. So you have to mentally want to make a lifestyle change. Because I tell everyone these aren't diet plans. This isn't something just to lose weight. The weight is, weight loss is a bonus to me. I tell everybody that the weight loss is going to come, so more than anything, it's really just mental. So number one, I want you to focus mentally. That's number one priority. What is it that you want in life? How do you want to feel? So that's number one. And number two is really just the self-care. Each day, do something that you know is beneficial for you. What can you do to make something better for someone else? So just those are number one things. And I feel like that just falls into line and you'll be able to reach your health goals no matter what.
Like, it's nice.
Thanks. It's mental. It's all a mental journey. And it's
It
lifestyle.
definitely, it definitely is like mental before anything else, because that's really going to be the drive to keep you going. Um, I've seen many times to where it's like when you're not mentally ready, you just fall back. You fall back. And it's funny because I was just telling someone, they were asking me, like, what herbs should they get? What herbs should they get? And I'm like, you should focus on the herbs are nice and all, but you should really focus on building your mental strength,
Yeah.
focusing on why you want to actually do
100%.
this transition,
Yeah.
um, and go from there. So I agree. What I would say, what can you give? What's some common advice that you can give to a client that is interested in losing weight?
Hmm. Some good advice. Let's see. Number one is they want to do weight loss. So my advice would be, remember where you come from, like, as far as how your journey's going to be. So always remember where you started and where you're going. So if you want to do weight loss, don't let it just be, I got to go to a wedding in the summertime. So that's the only reason why I'm willing to lose weight,
Right.
Let that be your main reason, and then you just fall off the wagon again, and the cycle repeats. But more than anything, is really just looking back to see how far you come. A lot of my clients, I have them, start journals, write down where you started, and in 2 to 3 weeks, flip back and see what you wrote down the first day or how much you weighed the first day. Like those are accomplishments. So when you get to see that, I feel like it really keeps you going, and it continues to push you for sure.
Definitely, definitely. So long-term goals over short-term goals, pretty much, right?
Always, I am lifestyle change. That is it. I feel everyone deserves a healthy lifestyle, so it shouldn't be something we want to backtrack from. Keep
Right.
living it.
Absolutely. Do you have I guess for your client, do you have a target audience? Like, would you say you're targeting like women or men, like in that regard?
I feel like everyone, honestly, I've worked with athletes, I've worked with, more elderly clients. I've even worked with kids. I do have parents who contact me, hey, my kid's overweight. I don't know what to do. So even then, so I feel like I try not to restrict myself, directly for just, specific groups. But all in all, if you come to me with specific, diagnoses that I can help you with, I'm here to help. Age isn't a factor. So if you need the help, I'm here for it.
Nice, nice. Okay. Um, I would say I know you focus on like you talk about weight loss, but several times I know there are people who don't want to lose weight.
Mhm.
And what do you, I guess, what do you say to a client who doesn't want to lose weight? Maybe they want to gain weight.
That has happened. I myself have been that client that wants to gain weight. So I have been there myself. So it happens. Definitely, and we'll take it the same way. I tell everyone, you have to be open and honest with me. I tell my clients, I can't help you unless, you tell me what's going on. What's between us is between us, nobody else, but no matter what, I'm trying to help. So even if it's not just weight loss, like Tyler, I need to start eating right. I'm fine with my weight. I think I look great, but outsides look fantastic, but that means nothing about your insides.
Right.
And same thing with being an athlete. I mean, you can have a six pack, but you're still eating, junk food. So it's very possible.
Yeah.
And
I
go ahead.
find,
I'm sorry.
yeah, I guess as like an athlete, um, did you struggle? Like, was that a struggle with your health? Because I noticed that they have to eat a lot. Like, it seems like they have to eat a lot to keep on that muscle because they're burning it through the type of, I guess, routine that they're doing for
Mhm.
that sport, for said sport. Did you experience that? What would be your recommendation to athletes out there who, I guess, want to better their health, but they're like, wow, I have to eat a certain way?
Definitely, for sure. Me personally, I know that you do wanna eat more, and you do, and it's not like, you're just shoving food down yourself, but when you work out, naturally, your metabolism is gonna start boosting, so, a lot of
Right.
times, even after you work out, you're like, "Man, I'm hungry," and that's because your body's, revving up that metabolism, so you're gonna wanna eat. So, it made it a little bit more natural. It's like, "Okay, I know every time after a workout, I'm hungry, so I'm naturally still eating." So it didn't really come more of a headache or a stress to me, like, I keep eating, but it felt more of a natural routine because after any workout, I was like, I can eat. And I felt fine, you know, with just a simple salad, some fruit. And I tell everyone, you know, just because I do eat plant-based, that doesn't mean I'm not eating anything. You know, a lot of people are like, oh my God, you eat like a rabbit. You had, you know, one salad today. I swear I eat. I promise you I do eat. So, and find a better feeling, you know, hemp seeds, dates, making, you know, nice smoothies, just something fulfilling for sure.
Oh yeah, definitely. The bananas, the avocados.
You know,
Yeah.
that's it. And it feels satisfying. You're not like over full. You're
Right,
satisfied.
right. Because I definitely think it's possible. Because we look at Mother Nature all the time, and they manage to do it effortlessly. It's
Right.
just about tapping back into that mindset as well. We have a question in the comment section by DIFY Tanya Monique says, "What's the illness or disease you see most in clients looking for your help?"
Good question. I'd probably say high blood pressure and diabetes is probably the number ones that I come across. That and high cholesterol for sure. Those are the top ones.
That's a tough one. I get that a
And
lot.
yeah, and as bad as it seems, but that's probably your number ones in America just in general because of the junk food. So diabetes, high cholesterol, high blood pressure.
Right, right. Um, I guess what would you recommend? Like, what method would you recommend for someone to transition? Like, because a lot of people are asking, like, should I fast? Should I detox? Should I just dive into the? I guess what would you recommend for a smooth transition?
Definitely. I do recommend detoxing first because, you know, sometimes you do need a clean colon for your body to start absorbing nutrients. So that is number one because everything is absorbed in the gut. Everything you need, that's where it gets absorbed. So yeah, it is necessary to go ahead and do a detox. It doesn't have to be super strenuous or major where you're doing, you know, 40 days of detoxing, but I do put my clients on a detox plan, even if it's just, you know, for a week straight. Let's go ahead and, you know, just prep you so we can start transitioning. And then from there, we go another week at a time. I try to do at the minimum 4 weeks with my clients because you need the time. I try to tell everybody that you're not going to see a change in a week. Take your time with it for sure.
Right? Is there a set time frame you would say in regards to their path to healing?
As far as it depends on where that person is at. That's always going to be number one. I do know at the minimum, I would say nothing less than 30 days. Your body needs time. So it needs time. Maximum really just depends on, like I said, the person, depends on what state, you know, their body is in physically. So that kind of can differ based on the person. And we'll talk about it once I am, you know, one-on-one with someone for sure.
Absolutely. Yeah, I agree. Because everybody, at least I get a lot of messages that say, "Hey, B, I have this. What can I do to take? What can I do to at least get rid of whatever said they whatever problem they may be having?" And I think realizing that it may have taken you a while to get sick, so it's just gonna take some time to heal and get better.
Absolutely. You know, if you're 20 plus years old, that's 20 plus years we got to reverse.
Right. Oh, all right. Let's get into the fun things. I guess how how did your family take it? Like, do you think that what would I guess because when I transitioned, it wasn't well received with my family. I'm wondering how was it received with people that are close to you?
Oh, wow. Honestly, I would say my family actually took it well. And I actually like that about my family. It's not that they see me as motivation. That
Mhm.
much can say they do see it as motivation. So a lot of times when I cook, they're interested. Like, what are you making? Like, what is that? But in the back of their mind, they're still like, yeah, I'm not ready to do this yet. Like, I'm not ready.
Got
But they love it. They're like, I'm really proud of you. Like, man, you can really do it. But I wish I was, strong enough to do that. So I just keep trying to rub off, on everybody I can. I don't, shove it down their throats. I really just make it like, hey, you can have this or just try it out. I try to make fun stuff, but for the most part, they take it well. Some of my family has transitioned since I have. Not 100% on board, but some of them have actually transitioned and they come to me all the time for recipes.
That's dope. It's dope because I would say now it's like that for me. They kind of see me as a light and inspiration to wanting to eat better and eat more clean.
Yeah.
But it definitely wasn't like that when I first started. I think because for me it was more sporadic, like spur of the moment. It was one day I ate like this, and then the next day I just decided to stop eating plants and meats. Yeah, it was just I just kind of woke up like the next day without any notification.
What made you do it? Where was it just like today's the day? Is that how you felt?
Yeah, I just felt it in my spirit, and I felt it for a while, but I just never planned when to transition. But it just something in me felt like, when you're eating something that tastes good, but you don't feel good about it.
Exactly.
I got tired. Yeah, I got tired of feeling like that.
Yeah. Yeah.
So, but yeah, I would say, what did I want to?
But was that difficult for you? Like you woke up that day and you really felt like, let's do it. Like, so going straight forward, like, did you feel like, you wanted to withdraw or like, man, I'm kind of missing.
I couldn't really feel that way because I was doing so much research. Not only that, but when you're looking up things like parasites, how that's kind of scary. I was kind of scared straight, if you will, like into eating clean. And it's just something that I saw, like how our people just should be eating better. I just wanted to be a reflection of that as best as I could.
Right.
So I think that was like a drive to that.
Okay, that makes sense. Definitely. When you see, what you were eating, you don't want to go back.
Right. I guess let's see. Would you say that what is one best piece of nutritional advice that you can give, like, to close out?
In all honesty, you really are what you eat. At the end of the day, you are what you eat. So if you eat things with life, it's going to give you life. That is point blank period at the end of the day. So just keep that in mind. What you eat, what you put in your body is what you're going to get out.
Facts. I agree with that. And share with us, where can we find you? Where are you most present at?
I do have a Facebook group. Definitely follow me on Facebook. You can find me by my name, Tyler Fulton. I am on Instagram, Mind Body Nutrition, pretty much everywhere. Website as well. I do free consults. So if you go on my website, it's www.mindbodynutri.com. So if you want to talk to me, we can have a little 15-minute convo and see if we can help you out. But find me on Instagram and Facebook.
Share the site here.
Definitely share it. But yeah, sign up for consults if anybody wants to talk to me. I'm real personable. I love answering questions. Yeah, I'm one of those nutritionists you don't have to feel, afraid to come to.
Yeah, I guess that's another question. Like, so you're saying, I guess your personality, what would you say your personality in regard is, like your teaching style as a coach?
Oh, man. It's real, real physical. I'm down to earth. Keep it how it is. I'm gonna tell you, straight to the point. Not gonna sugarcoat it. I'm gonna keep it real with you. But I'm more than anything, I'm here to help. I just love to be able to help you along the way. I don't want to just here's a meal plan. No, I'm gonna talk to you. You can text me. I'm all about it because I just don't want to leave anybody in the dark. I'd rather you come to me than to assume something. Please ask away.
Definitely. Hey, well, I really do thank you for the interview today, Tyler. And make sure you check out her website, the Instagram. She has her Instagram tagged as well onto her website. But her website, she has, let's go ahead and share the screen here to where you can see she has her Detox, the Detox parties. Yeah, tell us more about the Detox party.
I'm going to be doing a Zoom conference. It was actually going to be today, but I had to reschedule it. So if you sign up on my website, you're going to automatically get my emails and updates. We're really just going to go over detoxing. So if you want to dig in and just listen, we're going to go over it. I do have a detox ebook too. So if you want to have a good read and recipes, that's also on my website.
Okay.
But free downloads for a couple of recipes. If you want to check it out, by all means, enjoy the website.
What can they expect from like the detox party? Is it like more of an individual? Is it, I guess it's a party, so it's a group.
It's a group Zoom. So if you want to just ask your questions on detoxing, where to start, why, how long, different ways that we can detox, that's what we'll be doing. So definitely join in so you can have the opportunity to ask questions if you want to.
Hey, well, there we have it. Hey, thank you so much, Tyler. I appreciate you. We'll have to get you back on the channel more once we, clear out the schedule and talk more about nutrition. I would love to have you back on the channel one day.
Absolutely. Thank you so much. I appreciate you.
And we need that YouTube content from you too.
It's coming. Oh my God. I have so much coming this year. Just literally, you got me. Trust me. I got you. Don't worry.
I'll be tuning in for sure.
For sure.
All right. Thank you all for tuning in. And yeah, until next time, 2098 Badaye.